Almighty Low here, back again with another review. Yes, I'm finally back doing some full-length reviews this time. I've done 60-second reviews before, but I wanted to come back to do some more full-length reviews since I really missed doing these kinds of videos for you guys. And I'm gonna be reviewing some films that I haven't reviewed right now that I really need to review. And this is one in particular that I really want to review for you guys. This one is The Fall Guy, which is directed by David Leitch and stars Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, Winston Duke, Teresa Palmer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and many more. After leaving the business 1 year earlier, battle-scarred stuntman Colt Seavers springs back into action when the star of a big studio movie, Tom Ryder, suddenly disappears. As the mystery surrounding the missing actor deepens, Colt soon finds himself in a sinister plot that pushes him to the edge of a fall more dangerous than any stunt. Now, this is a movie I was really looking forward to. Not only does this movie star Ryan Gosling, but the movie is directed by David Leitch, who directed one of my personal favorite movies, Bullet Train. And I was just so excited that he got this really great cast, and Ryan Gosling was able to be a part of this project. And it's based off a show from the 80s. Uh, this right here looked like a recipe for just awesomeness. And the trailers were amazing. Everything about it, the promotion of it was amazing. And I just was so excited to really see a movie that honors the stunt community. And well, I finally watched the movie, guys, and I gotta say, this movie is freaking awesome. Now, it's not perfect, it's definitely not perfect at all, but this movie is super awesome. And if you guys know or don't know, this movie has not been doing well at the box office. It's now at 104.8 million with a budget of 130 to 140 million, which is not good at all. Not good. And it only released on digital a couple of weeks after this movie was released in theaters. Um, and it's kind of a shame because this movie is just so freaking awesome. And it's really a love letter to the stunt community. It's a love letter to the people that risk their lives for, are on for the big screen. They risk their lives to make pure entertainment. And to have a movie like this that is really, it's not, I wouldn't say it's original because it's definitely based off, the show, but it is original in the sense that we never seen a kind of movie like this. Audience have never really seen like newer, like younger audiences never really seen the show, including me. And to have something a new, like a movie about a stuntman, it's so fucking cool. And it's a shame that it didn't do so hot at the box office, because it's such a really awesome, fun, just energetic movie with so much to go with. And I can't wait to talk to you guys about what I think about this movie. So let's get into what I really loved about this movie. First thing I loved about the movie was Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt's chemistry in this movie. They are so perfect together on screen. They are two just magnificent actors, and I just loved how they really clicked together. I think having these two actors who have really charming personalities together in this movie, it was just perfect. And I just loved how he's in this movie. Ryan Colt Seavers is it comes back on set, and he wants to make it up to Jodie, played by Emily Blunt. And he wants to have that chemistry, that love that they once had, because in the movie, which I don't want to spoil too much, in the beginning of the movie there was he kind of gets himself into something bad, and they break up, and 1 year later they're back on set, and he wants to do something. He wants to do something for her. He wants to, you know, bring that chemistry, that love back. And he's now Cole Seavers. He's given this opportunity to save the star of the movie, Tom Ryder, and from from the budget going way up, and from the production, and to not risk the production to get shut down, um, and get him back on set and fall and have that be that hero that he once was, which I really love that. I love how it's action, it's comedy, it's romance, and the chemistry is just perfect in this movie. And as you know, Ryan Gosling's character, he gets into a conspiracy and some really sinister stuff in this movie. Some sinister things, and he has to be the hero and save the day, which I love. Another thing I loved is, of course, the comedy. There is some great comedy, and David Leitch, he knows how to make great action comedies with Hobbs and Shaw, Bullet Train, of course. What's another movie that had Deadpool 2? And this film, it's no exception. It's funny. It's just the right amount of thing. I just love how David Leitch and Chad Zielinski are really the two directors now reviving the action genre. And they've been doing a hell of a great job. I mean it. They're making movies that we used to love back in the day, like Rush Hour or Rambo or Commando. All these classic action movies, and they're kind of reviving that those kinds of films with these new movies like Fall Guy, Bullet Train, John Wick, uh, Hobbs and Shaw. Like those kinds of movies really kind of take you. People may disagree with me, but those movies, they kind of take you back to what you used to love about action movies, like those classic action movies from the 80s and 90s. It really does. They're reviving that, and I love that, and I love both those directors for really making just great action movies that are fun with cool stories and cool characters, and I love that. I just absolutely love that. And with that, with these action films, they make great action set pieces and sequences and just insane stunts. And this movie right here, Fall Guy, has easily the best stunts in any movie to date. The stunts in this movie are perfect. Just absolutely perfect. I just loved every stunt in this movie. With the cannon roll, which Billie Holiday, if that's his name, is it Billie Holiday? Or James Holiday, the guy who was a part of the cannon roll. He got a Guinness World Record for the most cannon rolls. I think it was like 8 cannon rolls. I mean, that scene was insane, and I loved it. Or the scene where uh, Ryan Gosling is fighting uh, the bad guy on a truck, like what those kind of trucks are with the thing. Either way, I just love the stunts in this movie, and it's just so perfect and really just looks authentic. Like the director of the movie, he talked about avoiding CGI, and you could tell there's not a single like CGI moment except for the whole thing where what's it called, the scene like in the movie where in Metal Storm with the aliens and stuff, but that doesn't really count. I'm talking about outside the Metal Storm thing. It's so authentic, it's so perfect, and I just loved it. And the action scenes, I mean, listen, you cannot go wrong with these action scenes, man. They are exactly what you want. They're fun, they're enjoyable, and just absolutely epic. Or another great scene was the car scene and the helicopter scene, which was also another perfect scene. Don't want to give anything away, but those scenes were chef's kiss. Absolute chef's kiss. You know what else is chef's kiss? I don't want to say it, but the cameos. I don't want to get too much in the cameos, but they are amazing, and I think you guys are going to really love them cameos. Another thing that is also chef's kiss is the music. There's an iconic song by Kiss. Don't want to say it, but it is just a legendary freaking song, and I think uh what else? No, the trailer songs, the songs from the trailers, I don't think are in the movie, but I just love the music for this movie, whether it's from the trailers or in the movie. They're all amazing and just just freaking awesome, man. I love the music of this movie and the choices of the songs they used in this. It just freaking awesome, man. You cannot go wrong with Kiss or Journey or Bon Jovi because they're so perfect for this movie, and I absolutely fucking loved it. Now that's really all I have for the positives, but I'm gonna also get into the negatives. Now there are some negatives I have to say about the movie. Now, as much as the twist is kind of cool, it is interesting. It is a cool twist. The villains of the movie are really, really, really generic. I was not a fan of the villains of the movie. Uh, and to be honest, the twist was cool, but I just think it could have been a little bit better in some ways. And the ending of it, like the mid credit is cool, but there's something else about the mid credit that I also wasn't a fan of. I don't want to get into it, but I just feel like the villains are generic, even though the actors are great, and I think they did a great job. It just was a very, very dull, like, generic villains in the movie. The movie just had very dull, generic villains, and uh, and I was not a fan of that mid credit scene, except for the two things that were shown in that mid credit scene. Uh, like I said, the twist was cool without saying much, but it could have been a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just was not a fan of the twist of the movie. But overall, The Fall Guy is a fucking awesome summer blockbuster. It's a movie that honors the stunt community. It honors the people that risk their lives to provide us great entertainment. And it's kind of a shame that this movie isn't doing so hot at the box office because even though the movie had good, like, just to me, had great marketing and had some really cool things to it, it just sucks that nobody really cared to go see it. I'm not blaming anybody who didn't like go see it because I know it. You know, my grandma or whoever, or people close to me that didn't see it. It just kind of a shame that I was hoping for this movie to do better because it has everything you want in this movie. You have great stunt slash action sequences. You got a killer star, Brian Gosling, who is just popping off. A great director, great cast, great music. And even though I said I wasn't a fan of the twist or the villains of the film, this movie still left me satisfied. It gave me exactly what I wanted, and I was so happy with it. And I'm sad it didn't do so well. It's not doing so well. It's now at 165 million with 100, like I said, 130 to 140 million dollar budget. I was expecting it to do like more. I wasn't expecting it to do a billion, but I was expecting it to do around like 300 to 400 million, which is a good range. Cause yeah, it's a good range for this movie to do. And I was expecting that, and it's sad that it's not doing so well. Now, I'm not blaming anybody who didn't go see the movie, because I mean, I get it. You're probably busy with something else and uh, probably preoccupied with things or don't have time. But I'm just saying, this movie it just could have done more. It could have been, I think it could have been a little bit more loved or a little bit more appreciated, like Bullet Train. And Bullet Train did more than this movie, and I don't know, man. I just don't know, but overall, guys, I'm going to get into my score. I don't want to keep on talking about this forever. So I'm going to give The Fall Guy a 9 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and take care. Bye.